welcome to my channel. If you're wondering who is talking, my name is Midpoint. I'm a fashion designer, a makeup artist, and a content creator. You're welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, invite your friends to like my videos, invite your friends to subscribe to my channel. Please comment in the section, share it. In today's video, I'll be drafting a basic bodice block for you guys. Here's the updated version, and I do hope it's something that can help you, especially for beginners that just learning how to sew. You can do that in the comfort of your home. If you can get a basic block, you can actually use it to achieve anything, both your gown, both gathers, both babies ball dress. So depending on what you want, once you get your basic block right, I'm sure you can use it to do anything, sew any outfit you want. So pay attention, and I do hope this will be helpful. So with no further ado, let's get right into this video. So this is what normal bodice look like. Just from here to here is your normal bodice block. So this is what I'm going to draft right now for you guys. Look at it. You can use it and make any kind of outfit you want. Like this is a baby ball dress. Like you can attach this to the bodice block. You can attach a skirt to it to make it like a straight pencil gown. Look at what the back looks like. Yes, this is what the back looks like. This is what I'm about to draft for you guys. This is our paper, our brown paper. So first thing you do, you have to fold into two. This is your fabric. Remember, this is your fabric, so you have to fold into two. Okay, you fold it into two. Remember that the normal bodice block have four sides. That is the right, the left, then the back again, the right, the left. So you are assuming that this is your fabric. So now we are cutting the front bodice first before the back. So this is your fabric, and you have to fold your fabric into two. So we'll be using measurements. The measurement we'll be using is bust. Let me write it here. We'll be using bust 40. Yes, bust 40. On the bust 30, and then waist. We'll use waist. Let's say 34. Okay. So these are the main measurements we'll be using for this our bodice block. Let's assume that this bodice block is a sleeveless. Then the shoulder, I'll put the shoulder, let's say the shoulder is 15. Yeah, let's use 15 for the shoulder. So let's assume it's a sleeveless bodice block. So the first thing you need to do first is to rule out your line, and then we get our half length too. Yeah, you get your half length. Let's say your half length is 16, because on normal bodice block, like usually they attach something underneath. Like after your half length, you might decide to attach a gather, you might decide to attach a skirt on it, you might decide to attach anything. Just when you get your normal bodice block, you can use it to to create anything you want. But in this tutorial, it's going to be strictly on bodice block. So let's start now. So first of all, I just try to take coming by 2 inches here. Why I'm coming in by 2 inches here is to help me extend my shoulder seam. It's to help me extend my shoulder seam. So I'll be using this iron. My ruler is broken, so let me use this. So yes, so I don't know if you guys are seeing it. Then let's assume that this is where our fabric is starting from this point. So first thing you will want to do is to get your full length, the full length of your bodice, and we'll say we'll be making use of 16. But remember that whenever you are cutting on your fabric, you have to add extra inch allowance for your seam, for your joining allowance. But because this is a paper, so I'll be going with the correct measurement. So whenever you want to cut, if you're using piece of paper to cut, just go with your correct measurement. Then when you are done, you can insert all your seam allowance on your fabric. So our half length is 16. So this is 16 inches right here. This is 16 inches right here. So the next thing you have to do is to get your shoulder to your bust point. Let's say our bust point, is let's use 10. Yes, and then our nip to nip. Okay, no, we are not our nip to nip. Let's use our nipple to nipple. Nipple to nipple will be, let's say, 8. So we're going to get our bust point, and our bust point is 10 inches, and this is 10 inches. This is 10 inches for our bust point. So this is 10 inches. Then you rule a straight line. Yes, you rule a straight line. And then next thing we're going to get is our underbust. Usually how I get my underbust, once you get your bust point, then you add extra. If it's like someone that have small bust, you can add extra 3 inches beneath to make it 13. But if it's someone that is a bit busty, I usually add 3.5. So from my bust point, which is 10, then I add extra 3 inches. That is 1, 2, 3. Yes, that is extra 3 inches. Or let's make it 3.5. So it's going to be 13.5, and this is our underbust. As I said, if the best person has I think from bust that is from 40, just to be on the safe side, just do 3.5. So let's go with 3.5. Let's go with 3.5. So this line here is our bust point, and then this one is our underbust, and then this one is our half length. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. This is our half length, this is our underbust, and this is our bust point. So the next thing we are going to do is to get our nipple to nipple, and we said our nipple to nipple is 8. So because the paper is on fold, we are going to divide the 8 by 2, which is 4. So our nipple to nipple is 4. So this is 4. This is 4, and this is 4. Yes. So we have to rule a straight line to our nipple to nipple. Yes, so this is our nipple to nipple. So what again we're going to do is to get our shoulder line, and we said our shoulder line is 15, and because the paper is on fold, the fabric is on fold, we are going to do 15 divided by 2. 15 divided by 2 will give you 7.5. So we are going to get 7.5. But if you're going to be joining sleeve to your bodice, then you will make it what, 8, because of that joining allowance at the shoulder. But because we are doing sleeveless, so we are going to be going in with our 7.5. You can even make it 7 for those that want their sleeveless to really go inside, depending on what you want. But let's go with 7.5. That is half of our shoulder. So this is 7.5. And then for your shoulder line, if you want your neckline to be a bit tight on you, you don't want it like canoe, you don't want it this round, you just want it to be this, this tight on you, then you can go with 3 inches in, 3 or 3.5, depending on what you want. But if you really want your shoulder to be like canoe neck, to extend it, you can go as far as 5 inches or 5.5, depending on what you want. But for this tutorial, let me go, I like my shoulder a bit wide, so I'll be going in with 5 inches. And then because this is the front bodice, I'll be coming down. The front bodice is usually deeper than the back, so I'll be coming in by, let's say, 4 inches 4 inches is also high. It's not going to in any way expose your cleavage. Yes, it's not going to expose your cleavage in any way. So this is the 4 inches I came down with, and this is our what? This is our 5 inches. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw my neckline. You just have to, if you don't have French curve, you can just use your hand and then just try and connect it this way. And then this is your shoulder line. Then because the shoulder is not straight like this, the shoulder is usually slopey. If you check your shoulder, you see it's slopey. Then down here you come down by 1 inch. Yes, you come down by 1 inch. So this is 1 inch here. Then you connect, because the shoulder is slopey, you connect. Then how do we derive our shoulder, our armhole? How do we derive our armhole? Usually what I do is that I divide my bust. I divide my bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So that's how I normally get my armhole. You do bust, that is 40 divided by 6 plus 1.5. So you just have to do it, do the math. So right here, let me use armhole. I think it should be around 8. It should be around 8. Yes, it should be around 8 inches. So here I'll be coming down by 8. I'll be coming down by 8. I'll be coming down by 8 inches. Yes, this is 8 inches. Remember that I'm measuring from here. Look at where I'm measuring from. I'm not measuring from up here. I'm measuring from the 1 inches I came down from. So this is where I am coming down from, 8 inches. Look at it. So what do? I have to draw what? A straight line. Yes, I just have to draw a straight line here. Don't know if you guys can see it. Yes, I just have to draw a straight line here. Let me get so the next thing we're going to do is to get the midpoint. The midpoint here is 4 inches. Whenever you want to do your French fitted, you get the midpoint, then go up by ½ inches and then go down by 1 inches. But due to this is not a French fitted class, we are going to just come here. You come up by so from this midpoint 4, what you just have to do is just to connect straight. Yes, you just have to go down. But before then, we are going to get our normal bust measurements. Normal bust measurement. Remember that this is on fold. So whatever we are dividing it by 4, because let's assume that the back bodice is here too. So our bust measurement is 40, and 40 divided by 4 is going to give us 10. So yes, so I'll be going out by 10. This is 10 inches here, and our under bust is 30. 30 divided by 4. 30 divided by 4. I don't have my calculator, so usually I use my tape to divide it. So this is how you divide it. Yes, this is 30 inches here, and 30 divided by 2 first is going to give you what? 15. And then 15 divided by another 2. 15 divided by another 2 will give you what? 7.5. So our under bust is 30. 30 divided by 4 is going to give us 7.5. And this is 7.5 right here. And then our waist is 34. So 34 divided by 4. This is 34. You can see that this measurement I'm using, it shows that the person is very curvy. So 34 divided by 2, 34 divided by 2, 34 divided by 2 is going to give us, 17. So 17 divided by 2 is going to give us 8.5. So 34 divided by 4 is going to give us 8.5. So this is 8.5 here. And what next do? We connect. You connect. This is it here. And then this is it here. But remember that a human shape can never be like this. It can never be like this. So what do? You just try to, use your hand to slim fit it, like make it to really have a human curve, like a human curve. See what I'm doing right here? You just have to make it have a human curve. So the next thing we are going to do is to connect our armhole. I told you that this is the midpoint, and what do? You just have to connect it straight to the armhole. Look at it here. That's what you do. Don't know what this my marker is doing. So you just have to connect it straight here. Okay, so now we have gotten our armhole. Then what next do? You don't leave it this way, because this is the front armhole, and then your front armhole is not straight this way. It's usually curvy, like here. If you notice here, it's usually curvy because of your bust. So usually what I do is that I come in by 1 inch here, 1 inch here. So what do you now do? You connect from the point here, you connect it to here, and then connect it down here. So this is the way it's going. Yes, are you guys seeing it? I don't know if you guys can really see what I'm doing. So yes, this is the way you connect it. It goes in and then connects to the armhole. So then to get our darts, because of your bust, you really need to make it to be fitted. You don't just leave it like this, because when you make it, it's going to press your bust down, like really down. So how do you now create your darts? Here you come in by 1/2 inch here. So this is 1/2 inch, that's 0.5 here, and then 0.5 here. And then come under bust 2 and repeat the same, 0.5 and 0.5. Yes. So this is, you don't take it to your, you don't repeat it on your bust point. It's just only under your bust and then your half length, your waistline. So what do we now do? You have to you come down by, if you take it directly to your bust point, it's going to make your bust point to be very pointy. Did you hear me? If you take it here, it's going to make your bust, like that's how you see some dresses when they make it, the bust points are like pointed this way, like they are pointed this way, like a triangle sharp edge. So what I usually do, I come down by 1 inch. Yes, I come down by 1 inch. So this is going to be the point that I'm going to be connecting my 1 inch. Remember, this is 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch is 1 inch. So automatically it's 1 inch that we are taking away. So from here, we are going to connect it from here straight down, and then we repeat the same here. We repeat the same here. We repeat the same here. So this is it, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch to create a dart. Then don't forget that this 1 inch you removed from here, make sure you add it back here. Make sure you add it back here. So what we are going to do, this 1 inch we removed here, we're going to add extra 1 inch here and extra 1 inch here. So now it's going to change the shape of our bodice. So this is what it's going to look like now. Yes, this is what it's going to look like now. Are you guys seeing it? So when you hold here, automatically you are going to see this figure is going to pop out again at the edge. It's going to pop out again at the edge. So guys, you can also alternate your neckline if you want. If you can decide to do a sweetheart by coming this way, a sweetheart neck, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So depending on what you want, you can decide to alternate your neck to any way you want. Then this extra space I gave here, when you are cutting your fabric, what do you just do? You add extra ½ inch, which is what? For your sewing. Yes, extra ½ inch. So that was the reason why I created that line, because if there is no space here, how are you going to get this? Because if you decide to sew from here, you are going to alter your measurement. So that's why you need to create the space to give space for extra seam allowance. So guys, this is for the front bodice. Now we are going to move over to the back bodice. We're going to move over to the back bodice, guys. What we're going to do is to cut out our front bodice. Then here you will just notch here for you to know where, just notch it. So when you are joining it, this is what our bodice block looks like. You guys can see it. Yes, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Then this notch here is to determine how you're going to sew. So when you are sewing, what you just do is at this point, you just have to fold your fabric straight. And then what do you do next? What do you do next? You just stitch from here, from this point. Just start from here and then stitch straight and then stop at this point. So it's going to give you that extra figure. Then this is your front neckline. But if you want to go in with a sweetheart neckline, then this is what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like. Now you guys can see it. Wow, beautiful, right? So we are going to cut our back neckline, our back bodice, sorry. So we'll put this away and start with our back bodice. So this is our back bodice here. Up to 16. Okay, this is exactly 16. So this is exactly 16. Okay, because I don't have enough paper, I'm not going to be giving that space I gave to the other one, hoping that you guys will actually understand what I meant by that, because the paper is not enough, so I'm not going to be giving that space. I'll just go straight in, because this is a paper. So when you are cutting your fabric, please endeavor to add that extra shoulder seam. So the first thing we're going to be doing is to create our zip allowance. Okay, you try and create your zip allowance. Let's say our zip allowance is 1 inch. Is 1 inch. Zip allowance, by what I mean, is where you are going to be attaching your what, your zipper. So let's say that our zip allowance is 1 inch. Is 1 inch here. Oh God, this thing, I don't know what is wrong with this marker. So this is 1 inch, our zipper allowance here. Oh my God, I just hope you guys can see this. Okay, this is 1 inch, our zipper allowance. Usually, what I would do is just to just to place the front bodice and then just cut out, just place the front bodice. Usually that's what I would do. I'll just place the front bodice like this. Okay, let me start from here. I'll just place the front bodice this way. Okay, and then follow this way, go in this way, and then what, I'll just follow it and then come this way, and then come and then come this way. Usually that is what I would do. Okay, but of course no, look at it, I'll just copy and paste. Usually that's what I would do, I'll just copy and paste, but no, just for the sake of this tutorial, we'll have to go in one step at a time. So this is our zipper allowance here. So this is our zipper allowance here. So the back bodice, the front bodice is usually deeper than the back bodice, but it depends on, sometimes the back bodice can also be deeper than the front bodice. That's if you want to show your back, open back, depending on, I've seen a lot of people, the depth of their back bodice is as deep as this, then this will just be the zipper allowance. It will just be here. Then what do? They will just attach a small rope here to tie it. So depending on what you want, but for the sake of this tutorial, we'll be using 1 inch for the back bodice. So this is 1 inch. So remember that we came in by 5 inches. This is 5 inches. Look at it from the front bodice. This is 5 inches. So we are going to be connecting it this way. So this is just it. Remember I told you, because there is no space here, when you are cutting, make sure you include your seam allowance, your shoulder seam, that is by 1/2 inch. So here right now, we have already created our shoulder slope. Let's assume we've created our shoulder slope. So from here, it's supposed to be 8 inches. So this is where it's supposed to stop. The 8 inches is supposed to stop here. Remember that it stopped here because I did not include that shoulder seam, there was no space for it. So that's why it's stopping here. So what do we do next? We'll get our our bust point is 10, that is 10 inches. Then our under bust is 13.5. Just have to follow it. 13.5. So this is just it. 13.5. Just for these bodies, I think the basically the difference between the front bodice and the back bodice is the armhole, the shape of the armhole, the neckline, the zipper allowance, and then what again? The zipper. I think basically that is it for the back, because basically everything you did for the front you are doing for the back. So here we are going to also get our nipple to nipple. That is 8 inches divided by 2 is going to give you 4. So it's going to give you 4. So this is just basically 8. I just hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. I don't know why this my marker is behaving this way. Sorry guys. So the next thing we're going to do is to go in by 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and then we come down by 1 inch here. This is it, and then we connect. Just the same thing we did at the front bodice. You just connect. Oh God, I hope you guys are seeing. My marker is not clear at all. Oh God, I just hope you guys are understanding what I'm doing. Okay, so this is that allowance. Remember that your back, your waistline side at your back is not straight, like is usually curvy. Like if you notice, is your back is this way, this is your back, then it comes this way. Backs are like this, they are like C curve. So this your waistline side, you really have to take in stuff to really clinch it. Okay, we're also going to be doing the same at the zipper. Okay, but let's continue. So this is our 8 inches. Then what do we do next? We just have to do a straight line here, a straight line to the 8 inches. You just have to rule a straight line. So this is how the back is going to be. This is how the back is going to be. You just have to curve it. You just have to get the midpoint. The midpoint is 4 inches. This is 4 inches, and then you just have to what? Curve it. Curve it here. Curve it here. Yes, just curve it here. Remember that the back, I came in by 1 inch. I came in by 1 inch. Look at it. I came in by 1 inch. That's why you're seeing this curve here. But the back armhole, we are not coming in by any 1 inch. We are just taking it straight this way and then taking it down. And remember that this 1 inch here that we removed, we've already added it here to the front body. So you see me, I just drafted the exact front bodies. Then for the zipper here, this your waistline side, because when you're adding your zip, sometimes when you see a bulgy zip, there are some dresses that people make, when you see the back, the zip is not well lapped, is a bit bulgy, is because they didn't take in, or they didn't go in by 1 inch. They didn't go in by 1 inch to snatch that bulginess. So usually, basically, this is what you do from here, from your under bust line. You go up by 1 inch, and then when you are drafting your zip, then just take it this way. Just take it this way. Yes, just take it this way. When you are sewing, remember, you don't cut out, so don't cut out, just leave it this way. But when you are attaching your zipper, look at, okay, let me just give you an insight. When you are sewing your zipper, this is your zipper, let's assume this is your zipper, okay, and you are stitching it, and you are stitching it. When you are sewing your zipper and then you are getting to this point, what do? You try and twist it. You don't sew straight. You try and twist your zipper and then stitch. With that way, it's going to snatch the back of your zipper. And don't worry about the whether it's going to affect the measurement or not. It will never ever affect the measurement, guys. So what we are going to do is to cut at our back bodice. These papers are expensive, so it's just to cut out our back bodice. Remember what I said. You come down by 1 inch here. This is 1 inch. This is 1 inch. You slope your shoulder. This is 1 inch. I don't know why my stuff is just acting up. And this is what? 8 inches. I'm sorry guys, this is 8 inches. And then this is where you should be connecting to. So this is where you should be connecting to, this way. So this is your back bodice. This is what it looks like. This is what the back bodice looks like. But this back bodice, you can also decide to deepen your what is it called, your back. You can decide to go in by 8 inches. Like if you really want your back to show very well, you really want your back to show very well in this, what you now do from this point of your shoulder line, don't take it down to your zip area. Remember, this is your zipper allowance, so this is where you'll be stopping. So you just have to rule a straight line from here down. I don't know if you guys can see it from here down. So sorry, first of all, let me just show you for what the back bodice looks like. So this is your back bodice. This is what it looks like, and this is your zipper allowance. Look at it here. This is your zipper allowance. By the time you fold in this zipper allowance, it's going to go in this way. This is how your zipper is going to go in. Are you seeing it? By the time you sew, it's going to go in. This is how it will be. The only thing you will be seeing is just your zipper. Look at it. This is how it is going to be. This is how it's going to be when you sew. This is what it will look like. Are you seeing it? This is what it will look like. So as I said before, you want your back to be deepened. So what you would do, I don't really want this video to be long, but looks like it's getting long. So what you would do is just cut your allowance first, then before you get to your shoulder. So this is it. You want your back. Are you seeing the allowance? Look at the allowance. You want your back to really have that V cut, that V shape. Look at it here. So this is your zip allowance. Look at what when you are stitching. Here we have to go in. Guys, remember to always notch so you will know where your dart is. Remember to always notch. So this is it. What you do when you want to stitch, of course, this is going to go in. By all means, is going in. So look at it. It's going to go in. This is going to go in too. So look at it. See what it looks like when you are done stitching. This is what it's going to look like at the back. The only thing you'll be seeing here, as I said earlier, is just your zipper. The only thing you'll be seeing here is just your zipper. It's just your zipper. That's the only thing you're going to be seeing here. Just your zipper. So this is just it. The back bodice, and then this is what the back bodice look like when you are finished joining. You can decide to, for the neckline, when you are sewing it, you can decide to bias it. You can decide to use bias to run it and turn it in to give it a neat look, or you can decide to get a similar fabric and then use it for your interfacing. So depending on what you want, you can also decide to cut exactly this kind of bodies and then use it for your in-to-in sewing. So depending on what you want or what you want to do. So this is the back and then this is the front. You guys can see it. This is the back and this is the front. I don't know what is doing my... This is, we said our shoulder is 7.5, okay, and we used 5 inches. 7.5 is here. So what do? We just connect it straight up. Yeah, straight up. This is it. So for the front body, this is the front bodies. Look at it. This is it. This is the front bodies. The front bodies and then the back bodies. So for instance, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. In this side, I decided to use an interfacing. Look at what I mean by an interfacing. Maybe a similar fabric. You don't use another fabric. You have to use the same fabric for your interfacing, and then you stitch it. This is a hemming gum. This is what a hemming gum looks like. This is a hemming gum. So I use the hemming gum to gum it. This cloth, I think, is old. I think it should be up to 10 years now. That's why you are seeing the hemming gum is weak. You can see it. But if you just attach this hemming gum right now, like, you can't even pull it. Is that stiff, is that tight, and is that gluing. So this is what the bodice block looks like. If you notice, I attached gathers at the edge of this mine, and I attached sleeve to it. This is the dart I told you about. This is the dart here. This dart here. When you join it, look at what it's going to be like. Look at it. Look at what it's going to be like. Look at the front dart. This is the same allowance. This is the same allowance, which is here. And then this is the zipper. the zipper side. Look at it. Look at it. This is the zipper. This is the zipper allowance I showed you guys here. Look at the allowance. This is the zipper. So that is just it for this tutorial. In this bodice block, you can decide to attach anything underneath. It could be a gathers, as I did in the other one. It could be a gathers. What I mean by a gathers, something like this. You can decide to gather something like this and then attach it under. It will look like more or less like a peplon. Okay, it's going to be maybe like a peplon top. You can decide to attach a long skirt to it to turn it into a gown. So depending on what you want, guys. I hope this tutorial is helpful. Please do subscribe to my channel, like and hit the notification bell so you get updated once I drop any video, guys. Thank you.